Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's another day, another exciting day at the markets. And what have we got? Lots and lots and lots of things to discuss. But of course, we shall cover a few things, really. We're not going to cover everything because we can't. It's a very busy day at the markets. But few key headlines. Of course, number one, today is the 30th of October, 2025. We've actually got one more trading day to the end of the month. And wow, what an interesting and exciting month it has been. I mean, people say October, but I'm not sure if I've seen that at the moment. It's it's just a very unique one, I will say, especially when it comes to 2025 with Trump at the helm. Then, of course, you just it's like toss your technical charts on the side and listen and follow me. But what do we have today? First, I mean, let's just go to the cues. I think literally we had it's an exciting one. It's quite interesting actually because the S&P was down, but yeah, it looks like it was up. Okay, so again, I mean, I've been stretching this over and over, and I keep talking about this little two tiers right now. I keep saying it's dangerous, despite the warning. Guess what? Sometimes I don't even listen to myself. Um, and I'm not talking about a crash. I'm just thinking we deserve some pullback. The market has earned it, and if except you're a trader, I will cut you some slack. But if you're buying this right now, you've got to have something that I don't have. You got to know something that 99% of the world does not know. Look, it's been an amazing market. It's been on a crazy, incredible run all year today, this till today. So I will say, from 401 to 635, you've got to be extremely careful because this thing can look 401, 635. And you've got to just say, look, 50% almost in 1 year, or should I say 6 months? Kudos. But anyway, so that's that one. We had a rate cut announcement today. I think the Fed decided to I think they cut rates. So yeah, that's good news for the markets. I would have thought, but kind of a part of me feels like this has been priced in somehow. Why did I say that? Because if you look at the dollar, what did it do? The dollar actually started rising. Look, it started rising, which means the economy is broken. And like I said, everyone just thinks a rate cut, oh yeah, we're gonna keep going. No, it doesn't automatically work like that. A rate cut, of course, means something is broken. But the Fed chairman himself, he said something and he said, look, do not automatically assume we're gonna cut rates one more time, because as it always says, it is data dependent. And of course, I believe this economy is very strong right now, left, right, and center. It's just got money being thrown left, right, and center. So Powell kind of sounded a cautionary tale there, the Fed chair. Right there. Okay. Also, today is just a wild, wild day when it comes to earnings. PayPal, a part of me just keep thinking, what is wrong? Why have we not been trading this as a group? And this is something we're gonna put in the group. We've had a wild, crazy up and down in PayPal over the last, should I just say, 5 days. Look, PayPal has gone all the way from 79 yesterday, all the way down to 69 today. Literally a 10 points move. Why have we missed this? I don't know. It's just something I thought I'm going to start paying attention to. So that's right there, PayPal. And then again today, it's down by how much? Let me just change this to yellow. It's down by almost almost 5%, 4.5%. Also, we had Etsy, a lot of these things with earnings down again. This has had an incredible run to earnings and now down by 12%. The CEO of this is leaving. I think they had a double beat, but still, market don't care. That is a crazy. But I still think this is a little bit expensive though. It's been running before today, so time to take some profits, I guess. And you can see it right there. So yeah, there you go. It couldn't kick this to double top, and then it collapsed further down. So yeah, that's Etsy. Again, we had I've just been talking about PayPal. I think this has been end phase energy from yesterday. It's been collapsing, and guess what? If the market beats you, it beats you incredibly well. But you've got to understand that with end phase, this has actually had what, like a 40x run since many years ago. So we can say there's a little bit to cry about. You could say, well, that's over 10 years ago, but yeah, it's still quite up. Or even right here, if you look at 6 years ago, it's still very much up. So if you bought and stayed in, you probably still be 100% up. But hey, look at that, you lost your gains from the high 300. So something right there to be wary of. Um, Generac, I keep saying everything just kept being beaten aggressively. Generac is an incredible company. I would have loved to buy in, and especially with hurricane happening in Jamaica, we pray for peace around those areas. Listen, guys, there's nothing as important as our health, peace of mind, and the sound sleep, of course. So this is down 5%. And as a result of this being down 5%, I was thinking, because normally people tend to go into alternative, well, generators, etc. That's what they do in times like this. These guys get contracted and it boosts their shares. But unfortunately, it's down, perhaps because it's not happening in the United States. I don't know. I've not really been paying much attention to their earnings, but look, it's a double miss anyway. So more importantly, CMG, Chipotle. Well, not more importantly, we've got two key ones as well to talk about. This got beaten black and blue. This is down 16% today. It's down 16%. This is something I thought I was gonna get in. Well, I thought I was gonna take profit. I had a position in. I was well in profit, but unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to the earnings day today. Then you could say, "Oh, but you're a trader." This, yeah, yeah. I'm chilled. I'm relaxed about this one. Yeah. So again, this is bad, really bad, 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 bad. The analysts never saw this coming either. All of the analysts they were all pricing it higher, but this is down 17% right now. Yeah, it has a buy rating from 28 analysts with a median 12-month price of 54, indicating a potential upside of 27%. So, but unfortunately, they all got it wrong. We talking about a weakness in the economy. The CEO is saying the same thing. So, what's going to happen? I'm just going to wait for this right now before I think about buying the dip at all. Meta, Meta, Meta. This is a mammoth of a company. Unfortunately, I'm not interested. I'm not invested in Meta, but Meta is also down. I think it's down 7%. They had an outstanding, was it a fine? I can't remember what it was. And so it's not a biggie, really, to be fair. Yeah, they had a billion. Let me snip the news. So they had a 16 billion tax charge in the Q3 2025. It's a non-cash accounting item that significantly impacts Meta's earning but does not involve a direct cash outflow in the current period. The charge was triggered by a new US corporate alternative minimum tax and the implementation of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, President Trump. So not exactly a bad earnings, but unfortunately, there's a $16 billion tax obligation to be fulfilled, and that just crashed Meta as a result of that. So 7% down, buy the dip here. Not financial advice, but of course, that's just seems quite obvious. And look at this. I've always said this is the best run company in the world. Google is up. think it's up 9% right now, inching $300 close. Amazing, amazing, amazing company. You know, exposure to Google by other means, but this is magnificent company. Okay, so the earnings was great. This great way to close the day with, this great companies, and these guys can end up pushing the market up again tomorrow. Another one, we have just talked about the interest rate decision. Then we have the OpenAI. Oh my goodness. OpenAI is preparing for 2027 IPO at $1 trillion valuation. 1 trillion valuation. Again, 1 trillion. That's how many zeros? 12 zeros. Well, look, the world is going AI. They might as well. I don't know who did this calculation. I don't know what the future looks like. But of course, we know the future is going to be great. It's going to be amazing, disrupting a lot of things. I think they've got 26%. It's non-profit, by the way. I still don't fully understand the accounting or the method, the terminologies used. Non-profit, number one, 26% OpenAI, 27% Microsoft. Why don't we just call it Microsoft point two? Look, I don't know. NVIDIA is still powering all these things. This is just crazy. Look, some people are just calling a bubble. I don't know right now. NVIDIA is just it's just an amazing company, really. Look, from 2019 of three, it's gone 207, 6 years later. I don't want to calculate how many percentage that is, but this is the single company, corporation that's driving the entire world. Look, I don't get it at all. I don't know how it works. I don't understand the logistics, but the bulls are still saying this is cheap. We shall see. So the blind man says. But yeah, overall, I think tonight also we do have the Bank of Japan interest rate decision. It's quite a few ones today. Canada held. We had Hong Kong following the US as well. They held. We got Bank of Japan. I believe the expectation that they will be holding interest rate. We don't know, but I've just got something I'm watching here, which is EJ. Let's just see Euro JPY, EJ, and EJ is literally ticking all-time high. So I'm expecting a bit of a upper shoot, and then we'll see how it plays again tomorrow. But we'll see anyway. I think it's been an amazing day today. Lots and lots of earnings. That's the key thing today. Unfortunately, there's still government shutdown of the markets. Look, if you don't know what to do, buy, hold great companies for long term. We still have more earnings tomorrow. Everything's still going on. The dollar kind of pricing up a little bit. I forgot to talk about gold. As a result of what was happening today, what did gold do? Look, because of Powell's reaction statements, gold crashed a little bit. Wouldn't call it a crash, but yeah, well, came down a little bit, and it did not take a particular move. It kind of took a bit of an edge off the indecision that we're not sure of, the uncertainty. So that's something. Also, oil, crude oil. I've been talking about crude oil, been talking about a few other things. Still very much down, but yeah. Talking about grains as well. Soybean back at a 15, I think it's a 15-week high. That is one. Is it 15-week or 15-month high? I was going to say, what have I been looking at? Wow, 15-month high. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's still in the range. And I'm looking at the grains here. We are looking at these grains as a group, in our group, and we've been talking about the rice, soybean, coffee, cocoa, etc. This is some of the things we are paying attention to, and we shall see how it goes. I think this had a bit of news here. The Chinese, as a gesture of goodwill, they bought Chinese gesture of goodwill. They purchased some soybean from the United States, and that kind of gave it a good lift, which is not bad. But until then, we shall see tomorrow back in the field. And hey, God bless everyone. Have a good night. God keep you, and hope you have a great rest. See you tomorrow and trade well. Bye bye.